Did 100,000 prostration.
100,000.
Prostration.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hear about the magic and mystery of ancient meditation techniques from the source. My very good friend, Geshe Losar. Learn about extreme meditation techniques and how lifelong meditation has actually changed Geshe-La's brain. You'll even get to hear Geshe-La chanting, which is the background music soundtrack for the video. Learn how you too can totally change your life, transform yourself through meditation. Hello, everybody. My name is Tom Diamond, and this is the Quiet Mind Show, where I interview leading experts in inner healing. And today we have a very exciting guest, Geshe Losar, who is a Tibetan Lama and a very high teacher of meditation and Tibetan spiritualism. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us. I really appreciate it. I'm very, very excited to explore your stories and experience as an advanced meditator. About how long have you been meditating, roughly? How many years?
Probably I don't know exactly, but I meditate regularly for, I would say, over 30 years.
Over 30 years, so
Yeah.
long time. Most of your life, yes?
Yeah, since my age, actual instructions like that, maybe my age 17 years old, but I also have been practicing maybe my age 10 years old on the mountains. With when I was shepherd in the middle of nowhere mountain, so I learned lots in the natures, basically natures.
So formal instruction began at 17, but you found yourself drawn to meditating in nature since you were 10?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So it was always in you. It was already a strong idea and a feeling, and you were drawn to meditation even before you began training.
Yes, like actually, meditation you can call, or spiritual journey kind of, when I was 7, I would say 7 or 8 years old. And my mother passed away when I was 6 years old, and then after that I want to do something spiritual like that, and then I just basically I want go to isolation place or hermitage somewhere. Even such a young boy, I remember I just ran away, ran away from home. Nobody knows, kind of. But at the same time, I was scared. There's a ghost or demons like that. So by myself. So yeah.
But there was
I
something
just
in
want
you
to
that
somewhere, just a mountain or cave somewhere.
Yeah. And even at 7 years old, you felt drawn to that cave, that inner spiritual experience.
Yeah, something. Yeah. I don't know that everybody feel, but I felt like that. Just it's the Tibetans where I grew up. The village is very quiet. It wasn't like busy like today in other countries where I've been.
Yeah, it's not like a Tibetan village is a bustling city full of noise. I mean, they're pretty quiet to begin with.
Very quiet, very quiet. But where even that, I just want to isolate, see nobody, just into the caves or mountains or somewhere like that.
Yes.
So when I thinking that, why I felt like that, but now I don't feel anymore. But when I used to feel that when I was 7, 8 years old, so maybe I was a previous life. Maybe I've been thinking why, maybe have some kind of connection to meditate on the cave.
So that's part of your spiritual tradition and understanding, is that there are previous lives. And maybe there's some connection in even your 7-year-old desire to meditate to some previous life.
Yes,
previous
totally.
practice.
That's what I believe. That's what we believe, that everything in this life experiencing can be connecting to the previous life. It's not just this life, or whatever happening today is not just today happening. Maybe to do something with yesterday or something to do with the future too.
That's fascinating. How many, do you have any idea how many previous lives you might have had?
No, I don't know. But the teaching, according to teaching, is like there's countless. Everyone's life has no beginning. There is an end, but there is no beginning. But there's the end. There is one completely you became awakening, enlightenment.
Yes.
From the delusion or from the ignorance, then that's the end, like a Buddha Shakyamuni or Buddha
Isn't that
condition.
interesting? So
Yeah.
there's an infinity of development in the past, but there is an endpoint in the future of
Right.
enlightenment.
Yeah,
The
that's
goal.
what, according to teaching, general Buddhist teaching, there is no beginning, but there is an end.
When do you first remember having a great meditation and thinking, wow,
I did 100,000 prostration.
100,000.
Prostration,
Wow.
yes.
So that's 100,000. You go down to the ground and then you stretch out,
Right.
and clap your
Completely
hands
like a
and do
stretching,
some,
like
and
a
then
prostrating all the way your body and
wow,
scratch whole your body onto ground like
I
this. And
see.
then you get up and back, forth, and you, with the mala, you recite it with the mala, reciting like that again, like this here, and then prostrating. So it's a kind of spiritual practice, but to me, it's not also to me is meditation itself. Just prostration itself will be the meditation.
How old were you when you reached that number, when you got that 100,000 level?
When I finished 100, I think I was 23 years old.
23.
20,
Still young, but that
yeah,
must have
22 or
taken
23 years old.
a few years to get 100,000
Yes.
registrations.
Usually I can finish in 3 months.
3 months.
But
Wow.
yeah,
You're
but
fast.
because I was study at the same time in the monastery, your lots education, like almost a high school or college, like
I see.
and to go and study. It's like that so much.
And you got, imagine you've got to be in good shape to get 100,000 prostrations in 3 months.
Yeah, it feels really good. Also physically, it's exciting. It's yeah.
So when you got that great meditation experience, you were in shape. You just finished pumping out 100,000 prostrations,
right.
and your technique of the mantras and the hand movements, the mudras, all that was all sort of came together.
Come together,
And
then
boom. Yeah.
before meditating itself is good, but it wasn't really deep enough. But then doing all this together, we call the 9 Bumga means Bumgu means 900 different practices. 900,000 different practices.
Wow.
Such as the mandala offering, visualization, and poa, and there's the prostrations, different mantras. Altogether, there's 100,000 each for 9 different categories. Each has to done 100,000. So that's we call the mundo predominant practice. So that's part or together is I made a really get into the meditation part.
So this is fascinating. I mean, this is a level of a sophisticated level of meditation that we don't see in the West. We don't talk about this kind of 100,000 of these, 100,000 of those. That's, I think, way up above kind of the Western mind thinking of meditation. Western mind thinks about 20 minutes a day. That's how we think.
Right.
This is such a different. I mean, you're talking Olympic athlete level of meditation, which is absolutely fascinating. And what is really interesting to me, that does to a person's psychology, that level of meditation practice, that level of inner skill, inner development, and all the time and effort and amazing, complex skill practice of the mind. And so one of the things you and I have done in the past is to scan your brain. I've got this great EEG equipment, electroencephalography, that helps us look into people's brains. And we looked into your brain, and we found some really interesting things. One of the main things we found is you produce much more gamma wave, this very fast 40 to 60 hertz of brain wave that you and many of your other colleagues who share that same Olympic level of meditation, who've been doing it for years and thousands of hours, you all get to this level where you're producing mega gamma, and it's very unusual and it's very different from everybody else's normal brain. It'd be really interesting if you can tell us what that gamma brain is like. What did you notice when you're 10 years in? What did you notice about how your brain works and how you feel compared to before you started? How's it
Yeah.
different? Mhm.
Now meditation is volunteer, natural, willingness, enjoyment. I know how much benefit, how enjoyable it is.
Mm.
Now just I know. Before was like a part of study, part of education, kind like that,
Mhm.
discipline. So sometimes even in the morning you don't want to get up, but you had no choice. You have to go. Now I'm willing, I'm excited to go to meditate like that.
So when you were a beginner meditator, it was a lot of work. You kind of had to push yourself through a training program.
Yes,
And then now meditation is easy, it's fun, it's natural, and you're
yes,
excited about it. You can't wait to do it.
right. So now, okay,
Mhm.
I want to tell you, before to meditate, I have to sit. I'm making 5 point posture, sitting, there's that, and then follow the breathing exercise, this, do 5 times, do 7, 9 times, this, like that. But now, I don't have to do like that, not all cross. I can now meditate right now. I'm talking to you. I'm meditating. I'm not to worry what I'm saying may be wrong or right in the future,
Mhm.
or I'm not to worry whatever memories and past different experience, whatever I feel, I can connecting.
Your meditation practice and mental state has really expanded
Mhm.
beyond the meditation techniques. It's really become a
Yes,
part of who you are. And you can kind of switch it on and say, okay, I'm going to be in this moment now fully.
right,
I'm going to detach from the past. I'm not going to worry about the future. I'm just going to
right,
be here and trust and kind of go with this flow. And it
exactly,
sounds nice. It sounds like enjoyable and relaxing
right,
um, and interesting
yeah.
as
So
a state of
that's
mind.
absolutely that's the most important is put often thinking, oh,
Mm.
meditation means you have to sit, you have to close your eyes.
Mm.
But yes, that's also one way sitting meditation, and also yes, it is good for the beginners. But once you practice and become good, then you can do meditate with any object,
Mm.
either during eating, during sitting, during walking, during talking, any moment. That's
You can
what
kind of put
I would
any
say.
focus in front of you, whether it's
Yes.
walking,
Yeah.
a person, a thought, anything. You can kind of put it right there
Yeah.
and kind of get that meditative focus and meditative state.
Right.
And
Usually, like this, for
mm,
example,
okay.
meditation is there's a five, we call the five senses.
Mm.
So we often like scattered kind. Okay, I'm looking at you, but at the same time, I'm thinking something
Mm.
else. At the same time, I can hear something, a sound, maybe a taste, a feelings. All these senses going on at the same time. So I'm half or quarter each. But when you meditate, you be fully present with the one of the senses. If I'm look at you, then I'm fully there with you to see it.
Hmm.
If I'm listening something, either 1 second or minute with you, or even listening, then I can focus fully there instead of half, quarter. So that's the very important part of the meditation practice.
Hmm.
To be present fully, one sense, one this object of one sense at the same time.
Do you think when you have a stressful experience that meditation can help you deal with stress?
Yes, absolutely.
If you were as amazed and charmed as I was listening to GesheLa, please turn in to part 2, where you'll learn all about how meditation can help with daily life, with daily stress, with COVID, can even give you a taste of supernatural magical powers as you rise up that spiritual ladder with meditation. Thank you.